to Wednesdays on ComedyHub. Next up, we got Dustin's Vinyl and all four members of the Smiths. Here they are. The first two, Dustin and Anthony, anyway. Here they go.
Yay. Nice. Yeah, it was a perfect guitar for the intro. Because we're already fighting before the show starts. We're going to be a very broody show. I feel it. Hey, Anthony, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you.
I'm good. How are you?
I'm all right. Because I messed up and said Smiths instead of Morrissey, and it was this whole thing where Jeff thought the Pet Shop Boys were the lead singer of the Pet Shop Boys was Morrissey or something. I don't know what he was saying. He was just saying, I don't know.
I know that you know
CC
your
DeVille is the guitarist for The Cure. I don't know what was happening. There was a lot of stuff.
Alice Cooper was in Marilyn Manson, right? He played with him?
And
they were in Kiss?
Yeah, pretty much. And then he's like, I don't know what you know. I was like, really? You think that I know that little about music? Then why would you do the show with me? So we're gonna argue
He left.
later.
Is he here?
He left. I think he did leave. He really left. That's hilarious. Well, he looked like he was in Huff for Teacher video. So I don't know if that was always. Where'd he go? He left.
Yeah,
I'm shitting on him and he left. That's the worst. You can't do that. Can't shit on somebody when they're not there. I'm not that kind of guy. I'm a comic that'll shit on you when you're right there.
Well, he didn't say he was leaving.
Oh, he's got. All right, whatever. We'll bring in Adam. Adam's easier to work with. Adam will ask you a question occasionally. Anyway, this is so weird that he left.
I know, it is weird.
Anyway, I was doing this whole thing. I was going to play with him, and then it's gone. All right. He got mad. He got mad because I yelled at him. But I'm going to yell at him. If he thinks I think that, come on.
Yeah.
Come on. Morrissey and the Smiths. That's an easy. Is he coming back? Oh, he's coming back. Okay. But we're talking about you, Jeff. You better not come back. Jeff coming back? All right. Anyway. So good to see you, buddy.
Good to see you. How you been?
I've been all right. Having a good, I'm a little cranky guy, That's what happens. You get a little older, you get cranky.
I've been cranky since I've been young. So I'm starting to catch up.
Are you? You've been cranky? Yeah. I don't know. It sucks. So anyway, I'm trying to enjoy myself, living in LA.
Mm-hmm.
And I really like it out here. It's all the rock history out here. And that's just so cool. Like, I went by the Troubadour, which was really cool to see that place. And then I didn't realize that it was the Troubadour, which is the famous rock club that, Neil Young and Elton John and like all these great people, Bob Dylan came through and stuff. And I just assumed it was on the Sunset Strip. It's in Beverly Hills. I had no idea. It's like where all the fancy people live.
Too. Yeah.
I had no idea. So it was kind of in the middle of it's like Rodeo Drive, and then you go a little further, and it's like Troubadour. So it was like really interesting to see it. I just assumed it was from the Elton John movie that was just down the street from Tower Records. The way they kind of framed everything in that film.
Yeah, they don't do a lot of the 20-minute drives to get everywhere in the movies.
Yeah, exactly. It's like 1 second. You're like, oh, there it is. You're like, hey, Troubadour. Oh, Tower Records. Yeah, that is funny. The time just goes so fast.
Yeah.
And then I got to go to the Rainbow Room, which is the famous Rainbow Room on Sunset.
Mm-hmm.
And it's Lemmy from Motorhead, like all these rock stars come through, and all this stuff. And it's but it was an AA meeting. And I swear to God, it was an AA meeting at the Rainbow Room. And it was the funniest thing because it's like having a Weight Watchers meeting at a bakery. You know what I mean? Like it's like having a sex addicts meeting at a brothel. Like it was it was the weirdest thing. I'd be in a hypochondriac at a hospital. I can keep going unless you have one, but it was like the weirdest the weirdest thing because we were there because I fantasized about drinking there, and then I just and then I end up in an AA meeting at the Rainbow Room and on the top floor, and it was just really funny. And we were all kind of looking at the bottles and stuff. It was just like, hey, it was just like we were just one share away from just like jumping over the bar. But but I finally got there. I finally made it there. But it was fun. But yeah, but I love that about LA. Just it's weird. Like LA's the only place that would have an AA meeting at a bar, at a famous bar, So it's just like, whatever. That's what's cool about it, I guess.
Anybody famous ever overdosed there? Like the Viper Room is where River Phoenix died, right?
Yeah.
It would have been funnier if it was at the Viper Room.
Oh, what, my story?
Yeah, your real life story.
My real life story would be funnier if I just changed it and lied about where I was. Would that be funnier? Because a guy OD'd? How's that funnier? Yeah, Jeff's cricket Wi-Fi went out again. Really? How's that? Tell me why that's funny. I want to know. I love River
Because, somebody famous died at a famous place.
Okay.
From an overdose.
And they have an AA meeting there?
And then now they're doing AA meetings.
I'm sure somebody OD'd in the in the bathroom at the Rainbow Room. Come on, there's no way.
Can we let's
Are you
look it
Google
up.
checking that? Yeah. Hey Adam, could you Google who OD'd at the Rainbow Room so I can make my joke better?
Yeah, I think it'll just be a fun tag to the joke.
Really?
Just mentioning people who have overdosed.
Yeah, people love that. That gets a crowd going when you just mention people that died. That gets audiences in a frenzy. Oh my God, you're killing me. So, did you buy any records this week? Did you, Anthony?
No, I didn't buy any this week.
How about you, Adam?
Actually, you know what? Actually, I did. I forgot. It's
What'd you
coming in
buy?
the mail.
What'd you buy? You
signed up.
You got Columbia Records?
I signed up. I saw that Green Day was doing this thing. You get like some like BBC session or something that they did in 94.
Yeah,
It's like a 7-inch, but you got to do a coffee subscription for it because they own a coffee place.
Oh, that's hilarious.
So I got some coffee coming in the mail with a 7-inch record of some stuff they did in the 90s.
So Green Day has a coffee line?
Yeah, it's like Oakland Coffee, I think, or something like that.
That is so ridiculous. They really missed the mark if they had done a green tea Green Day line.
That would have been way better.
That's where the market. Where was that guy in the meeting when they were like, "Yeah, coffee's great. How about green tea? Because you're Green Day."
Yeah, I like that better.
Right?
Maybe can we get
you could have
them to do that
dookie flavor. American Idiot leaves. I don't know. It could be fun.
Yeah.
Adam, did you buy any records this week?
You know what? I missed out on Record Store Day, and I was disappointed. I know the big one was the Foo Fighters, the DGs album, where they were doing all they were doing all the covers of the Bee Gees.
Yeah, that was they crushed the one song. I thought it was good. The
which one? Night Fever or
Night Fever? Yeah, one with the video they did. I think it was Night Fever.
Yeah,
that one was good.
He did good. Yeah, he's got a good voice. I went to a record store today, and went to Parlor Records, which is a cool. Have you been there yet, Adam? You've been there, right? A little small record store off of Wilcox and Maloney Street. Anyway, it's right before you get to what's the big one you like?
Amoeba.
Oh
Yeah.
Are they still open?
They are.
They shut down. I think it was their one of their stores they shut down, but I think they moved, or it was. I don't know. They have a few different locations.
There might be a couple stores left, but this is a big one. That one's off Hollywood Boulevard. This is a smaller place. This is kind of, there goes Jeff. This is the kind of place that doesn't have. I won't say anything because it doesn't make sense on a podcast. But anyway, this is like a small place, and they only have used records, which sometimes is cool because then it just forces you to get, because sometimes the re-releases or whatever. Anyway, so I got a couple of records today. I really like this band. This is kind of one of those bands. It's like a real rock and roll band that I've seen live quite a few times. The Black Crowes. Are one of my favorites. One of my favorite concerts of all time was seeing the Black Crowes. It was like the day after. It might have been like September 13th after September 11th had just happened, and it was on the 13th, and there was a whole thing whether they were actually going to perform. I didn't even realize this is unopened, but anyway. You buy something like, oh, this is sealed. I could sell this for $40. Anyway, so Yeah, and so it was such a cool concert because it was like, everybody was emotional, and I think it was kind of one of those things where, we just wanted to kind of feel unity. And then the Black Crowes really stepped up, man. He got out there with his shoes off and he was like dancing around and going crazy. They played and the thing is at the Beacon, and Jeff knows this because he's a production guy, but it's like, the unions, he left. I'm about to bring him in and his expertise and he's gone. But, you have to end by 11 or something, it's like, it's always a union time or whatever. They were like, fuck that. You guys just had this tragedy. We're going to play. They played for like 3 hours. I didn't think they had that much material.
I didn't think they did either. That's pretty cool, though.
They were doing covers. They were doing John Lennon covers and stuff. And like it was phenomenal. Like they were great. But this is a cool album. This is like, your basic, you're not really going to get much better Black Crowes than this. I guess it's the debut album, the Black Crowes. And, Twice as Hard, Jealous Again, Sister Luck, So Blind, Hard to Handle, which is the big hit out
Hard
here.
to Handle is huge.
Strutting Blues. Yeah, they're a cool band, man. They're just kind of like a just a rock band, kind of Aerosmithy, kind of bluesy. Like they're cool, man. I think they're definitely, a good band to just have if you want some rock music. And then this next one, I was, sometimes like I go to record stores, I'm on my period. So I get like, I got Mazzy Star.
Oh. some 90s.
I need to drink some cranberry juice. Right. But this one's sealed too. I got all these like new records. I heard, and I'm not that familiar with her. Are you, Anthony? You seem like you would be more than me.
I know a few songs. I never got super into Mazzy Star.
I'm not really that much into. I don't know her enough, but I do. The Fade Into You is such a great song, and so that song alone. And I'm a sucker for chicks with like gothic kind of teary, heartfelt voices. Sinead O'Connor was like my first love with that kind of music, and then it's like any chick that kind of has this tortured soul when she sings, I'm into it. So yeah, so I got some old 90s, Mazzy Star. So that's what I got in my collection. Jeff, he's back. Okay, all right.
It says we have audio from him, but no video.
Oh, okay. That's actually even better. That's even better. All right, don't mess it up. We got to pretend we're on a podcast. Nobody cares. All right. So the record store, get some records. So get out there, people. It's important to just support the record stores. I feel like it's like people don't do it enough. So Anthony's doing subscriptions to freaking coffee with Green Day's coffee line just to get a record. God forbid you just go into a record store.
Well, you can't get record. You can't get that particular record unless you do the coffee subscription.
Oh, that's so funny. They're just doing that. Are they sober? Because that seems like a sober thing. Where Sammy Hagar's like, I party, so here's my tequila. You know what I mean? Like,
I know every couple of years, Billy Joe is in rehab, so maybe he's sober now.
Oh yeah, maybe. Yeah, that's an interesting thing. What would you do, Anthony? Like if you had ultimate fame and you could endorse like a product like that, what would be the ultimate merch for you?
Oh, besides coffee? I don't know.
Way to be in the moment, bro.
You
could have said cookies. You could have said cookies.
Cookies.
You could have just done something quick. You didn't have to. That's called live podcasting. You just kind of go with it, bro.
Well, you know what? At least I'm here the whole time.
That's
unlike
true.
Jeff.
Yeah,
he's true. He's back.
I'm in Aruba and I have no control over this.
It's okay, buddy. It's all good. It's all good. Yeah. Jeff, what would be your ultimate merch? Like we were talking about, Green Day has a coffee line, and then that's why Anthony signed up for it, so he can get their album. You get the coffee and you get the album. I told him while you were gone that there was a missed opportunity that he should have endorsed green tea because they're Green Day. But that was
a great idea.
Yeah, but I wasn't in on the meeting. What is what's your favorite kind of merch? What would you what would you do? Like what's like steaks? Like what's would you, let's say you're ultra famous, you could do whatever you want. What are you endorsing?
That's a great question. Man, I've never even thought about it.
You guys are all pro comics. You need to be a little quicker. I'm really disappointed that you guys can't just pop something off.
I guess I would want it like some sort of like, I don't know, like maybe earphones or something.
Like what?
I think he said headphones.
This is breaking up.
Headphones, like Bose headphones or something. Okay, like a headphones. Okay, that's cool. I like that because that's music. That makes sense. Jelly beans. You know?
Yeah. I don't know if you guys can hear me, but yeah, headphones.
You don't have to keep saying that. We're good. Yeah. This is going to make Adam's life living hell in the podcast editing. So please do not bring it up anymore. We know we have an audio issue. Let's pretend we don't. Okay.
You know where the money is now that I'm thinking about it.
Yes.
Sneakers.
Mm-hmm. All right. Anthony Sneakers.
I mean, I'm not a big like sneaker person, but I know that there's a lot of money.
I know you're not an athletic guy because I remember you kind of had a cyst on your butt because you were working out in jeans for like a month. And like, Anthony's like, dude, I got this thing on my butt. It's like hurts. I said, what happened? He's, I don't know. I've been working out. I go, yeah. I go, what are you wearing when you work out? He goes, jeans. I go, who's working out in jeans?
I was going running with jean shorts.
It was running in jean shorts.
Yeah.
It's hilarious. Oh, somebody said the NFTs. Is that? Oh yeah. Anthony and I we were supposed to do one.
Yeah.
And it never happened. Anthony and I have a lot to do. We had a great podcast, and apparently he just doesn't like booking people, so we're not doing that.
We're doing it.
How about that NFT right behind Adam? We're all going to split the money on it. So if anybody wants to buy that, we'll do NFT. We'll do it for we'll keep it cheap. We'll go 10 grand and we'll split it down the middle. 10 grand for that NFT behind Adam there. If any of you Twitchers want it, at 10 grand, it's yours.
Sound off in the comments. Let us know.
Sound off in the comments. Let us know if you want to buy it. We take Venmo. We take Cash App.
Were you guys going to do a one-off NFT?
Yeah, we were going to do a whole special. My special that Anthony produced with me, and also Jay produced it here as well. We're just going to do a whole, just a one-time special. Like you'd be the only person that owned the special. And we were going to do kind of like video stuff because Anthony does collages. So we're going to do like collages behind me. So anyway. All right, guys. It got a little weird start today. We didn't quite do the intro. Why don't you play a little music, Anthony? I'm going to bring everybody in and we'll pretend all the... Jeff.
All right.
Okay, come on. That's all right. I'm still going to act like he's here. Go ahead. But Adam, get ready to take the realm. All right.
All right.
Let's go. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Dustin's Vinyl. I'm very excited to bring up our guest today, our co-host, we have Jeffrey Paul, Adam Holtz, and here with us is on the guitar is Mr. Anthony Kapfer, everybody. Woo!
Hey, guys.
Hey, what a weird way to start. I like it. I like it weird, you know, because when it's the same every time.
Yeah,
like you get
we're
bored.
Just having fun. You know, this is real life. Anything can happen.
Exactly. Let's talk about this. You know, it's like a lot. Think about that. There's a lot of things that happen that, are mistakes. And then eventually, most of us are here on this earth because we were mistakes. But, but I think like it was really cool when I was, has anybody ever gone to Sun Record Studios in Memphis? Have you guys ever done that?
I haven't been, no.
It's really cool. And it's very small. It's like you think it's going to be this grandiose thing that launched, Elvis and Jerry Lee Lewis and Johnny and all that stuff. But it's actually it's a really small space, but it's cool. And they give you a little tour and they talk about stuff. And apparently, they'll have just like little nuggets about the music. And some of the guys in there, I think it was Screaming Jay Hawkins or something, they couldn't afford good equipment. And they always had busted up, speakers and stuff. And so, one of the things was, I guess it was Screaming Jay or one of those guys, but his speaker was basically just on his last life, but the sound that was hissing the whole time. So that hissing sound or something and the crackle of it became part of the sound of the band. And then, so they had this shitty speaker, that ended up kind of like, getting them, popularity because nobody sounded like them because nobody had a busted speaker they were working with. So everybody, had like nice equipment. And so it's just, I don't know. It's an interesting thing. If you get a chance, definitely go out there. I got to grab the microphone that, that Johnny and everybody grabbed and stuff. It's just really cool. It's like a really cool experience. And then Graceland is cool. Have you guys ever done Graceland? Anybody?
I've driven by Graceland. Yeah. I think when I was passing by, I think it was closed.
Yeah. Elvis was dead? Okay.
Yeah, Elvis was already dead. So I was going to stop in and say hi.
Open it up when he's not there. I don't know if you knew that, but it's fun. Check it out. I think it's interesting to see all that stuff. I think I've talked about it before, but it's fun. It's a good time. All right, man. So
I have eaten a peanut butter and jelly sandwich with bananas and coleslaw or whatever he used to
fried peanut butter and fried peanut butter, banana.
Yeah.
Jelly
I've had one of those.
Yeah, those are good. Well, I think I told you this before. I'll tell you again. But he used to get obsessed. Like he would eat the same thing every month. Like sometimes he'd eat one thing for the whole month. And so that's in the tour. They talk about that. It's like, Priscilla's like, Elvis made us eat meatloaf for a whole month. We wanted something else, but he just insisted on meatloaf. And we were like, just eating. You're just sad. This rich family, just sad, just all pissed off because they have to eat meatloaf.
Tired of meatloaf.
Fucking meatloaf. Chinese food. This is my favorite show yet. I don't know why. It just is. It's just loose and weird. I like it. Like we're not okay. Anyway, so today is fun. We've been doing some stand-up comedy albums, up at the top, and then we kind of do some other stuff. And it's and it's funny because some of the people I've chosen or whatever have been kind of more rock and roll, kind of like the Doug Stanhope and the Sam Kinison, and even Dick Gregory is kind of a punk rock guy of his era, and guys that kind of like blasted onto the scene and whatever. And then today, I chose to kind of take it outside a little bit and to kind of because comedy, you can find it anywhere and different kind of even if it's something you wouldn't think you respond to, or somebody that's doing it, you don't think they're necessarily your type of comedy, you can still appreciate how funny they are. And you can appreciate how much of a craftsman they are and how talented they are and all that stuff. And so today, Ellen DeGeneres was somebody that I think a lot of people don't talk about her comedy as much as they used to. And because she's just such a mega host and star and controversy and all these things. And so people have a tendency to talk about that more. But this particular album, Taste This, it's a 90s album. I think it was 90s. Can you get the date on that?
96,
I think it's 96.
I think.
96. 96, yeah. And this is such a great album. I think it's a perfect comedy album. And I think her comedy is really good. It's funny, and listening to this album, she's a little darker than I remembered, and so it was fun because she has kind of a light dark, and we were talking about people hacking certain people. A lot of people do what she does, and I feel like she was doing it early before all the stuff that she talked about, and so just her rhythm of kind of like just I don't smoke cigarettes, I smoke crack, like that kind of rhythm where it's just like she goes to another thing. You're like, oh my, like you don't expect her to say crack because she's this wholesome person or whatever. And then she kind of like takes a turn, and those misdirects are just so funny. And this album is great from the beginning. The opening joke where she just wants, she sees these deer and she wants to hit them on top of the head with the spoon and stuff. She just wants to murder these deer. Like you don't see that coming at all. And then she has a commentary on hunting, and then she goes into this whole kind of just great album of tracks that, and then the Dear God thing is really kind of a classic bit. And she's just, and the thing is the airplane bit is a bit dated, but it's definitely before everybody else was doing that. And so many people in the 80s and 90s kind of did all these airplane bits. And I tell you, I bet she was at the realm of it and did a bunch of them first. And so, but it's interesting. You could tell how many, people did a lot of that stuff. But it was great, and I mean that airplane bit, I feel like it feels like it's 26 minutes, like it's a big part of the act, but it goes into this other thing, and so it was just a good, interesting, fun kind of like a little bit of for everybody kind of album. And if you don't, listen to Ellen DeGeneres' comedy, you should. I think there's a lot of great albums. I think her stand-up, she had an HBO special I really enjoyed, something about the moon or something. And like, she's just a really great comic. And sometimes people become other things. And so you only see them as the other stuff, and you forget about how good a comic they are. You forget about their other work. You only see the kind of the hosting or the reality show stuff or whatever. But she's definitely, somebody that should be talked about more when it comes to stand-up comedy. And I really love her rhythm. Like, I can listen to her for hours. Like, there's certain comics, Todd Barry, Ted Alexandra, there's certain guys that, like, I love listening to them, and she's one of those people. As I was listening to this album, I was like, oh man, I need to listen to this before I go to bed. Like, I feel like it's just it's so soothing, and she's quick and she's funny, and like I said, a little edgier than I expected. And so this was a great album, and great opening. The way she opened was great. She kind of misstepped and act like she was somewhere else. Maine and whatever, and then went into this thing, and just a natural kind of way to open, which was different than some people really open with the particular thing. It looked like she was a little looser, even if that was a planned line. It was still felt loose, kind of like the Dick Gregory thing, where we're just like, told us not to be loud and whatever. So so everything from top to bottom, I really, really enjoyed this album, and I thought it flowed and had just a good, and it didn't feel that dated either, except the material of the airline stuff, only because the airline has changed. But I bet she could re-update that whole thing and make it about how they don't give you anything. They don't.
Right.
She could. I would love to hear an updated version of all that airplane stuff. You got to wear a mask. You got to wear a mask. You got to wipe down your seat. You got to, like, that would be funny to, like, where we are. They don't give you food at all. Like, there was a bit about the food or something. It's like, I remember that. I'm so old. I remember being on a plane, and my dad was smoking the whole time. That's how old I am. Like a little ashtray on the seat. And he's like smoking.
Wow.
Chain smoking on the way to Bermuda. Just like smoking. It's like the whole, like 5. I mean, there'd be like 10 people smoking. So the whole fucking the whole plane is just this fog of smoke just going down the lane, and you're just like, I'm a little kid, man. I'm getting like emphysema just before I get to the freaking gate. So but anyway, her stuff about all that was fun. I love that's a big hack line. The hat, the seat thing, like it goes up.
I'm
gonna die. I'm not gonna die. I'm gonna die. I'm not gonna die. Yeah, like that whole thing.
I remember seeing that on TV, that bit where she's talking about, like,
she might have done that on the Tonight Show or something.
Yeah. And also maybe Seinfeld did a pretty similar bit too.
People sleep on Ellen as a kind of an innovator and a trailblazer. She really was. And I think a lot of those guys might have got more notoriety, obviously, because they're dudes and whatever, but she's definitely a great comic. So I love that. So how do you feel about the album, Anthony, and her as a comic in general?
I always liked her as a comic, and most of this material I remember from just watching. Whether it was, I don't know if this album was also a special, because I remembered a lot of the jokes, but she, I might have seen her on,
I think it was a
late night show.
I think it was, yeah.
But it was cool, and I like that. With the reclining seat thing or whatever, it's like, on an album, you don't know what she's talking about. I always I always laugh a little bit when a joke like that gets left in. Yeah, it's like you get it, but you don't really see it.
Yeah, you have to have seen it first, and then it resonates.
But I remember the thing about, even though that was some of the dated stuff, the airline stuff, I loved the bit about how it comes out with grill marks, and she's like, "Am I really? You expect me to believe that there's like an open flame grill back there?" I like that bit a lot. And I was surprised how dark she was compared to how I remember her being so light.
Yeah, it's interesting. Working with neighbor Gatsby, I don't mean to name drop, but I am in LA, and no, but Nate is a phenomenal comic, and and I was so nervous about opening for him, because I felt like I said, I'm edgy and whatever, and he's like, dude, he goes, just don't say the F word, and don't talk about sex, and you're good. And then as I was listening to her, I was like, yeah, she's going down some edgy things, but she's not saying the F word, and she's not talking about sex. And so it's like, I feel like sometimes as comics, we get so intimidated by this clean thing, but I would consider Ellen a clean comic, but she's, but at the same time, she's kind of, popping you with some things you're not ready for, which I love. And to me, that is comedy. If you could figure out a way to bring in a, not offend, a bunch of people. And I don't know. I guess I'm getting soft in my own old age, but I'm trying not to be such the shock guy.
Oh yeah.
You make more money, I'll tell you that. I tell you, family money where it's at. Adam, how do you feel about Ellen in this album?
I agree. I think there's a little bit of a jarring. There's a little bit of a, especially with like her cheery disposition, knowing what she is now and everything. Hearing her swear, especially on Tourette's.
That's the one.
I didn't see that coming at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. She did. I guess she was unclean for that moment. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think right here it says that some of her main influences were Woody Allen and Steve Martin for her comedy.
I see that.
A bit of absurdity in her stand-up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But yeah, I liked it way better than I expected. It's funny because I want to do an album because Leah, my girl, she's a comic, and Leah Bonham, very funny, and she, I asked her, I said, what's your favorite Ellen DeGeneres album? And she said it was this one, Taste This. She said she listened to it over and over and over, and it kind of inspired her to kind of like, do comedy and stuff. And so I felt like, she would know what the best one was, but this was definitely a great album. Yeah. Anybody out there in Twitcher land, what do you think of Ellen DeGeneres as a stand-up comedian? Have you seen much of it? Do you like her? Do you not like her? Should she just stick to dancing and interviewing Tom Cruise? We want to know how you feel.
We have Diary El Sol says, I didn't know she was a comedian. So I think that's what we're going to get a lot of people saying.
Wow. That's so unfortunate because she was so good.
Yeah, I mean, it is unfortunate, but at the same time, I mean, she's making pretty good money not being a comedian. So, yeah, but it's interesting. It's I mean, people. I mean, where do they think people come from? Like where do you get the skills to become a host on a show? I mean, where do you think people? I mean, besides Jimmy Kimmel, everybody else has been basically a stand-up. I mean, Conan was barely a stand-up, more of a comedy writer, but he still tried stand-up. But it's like everybody else, is in the clubs, in the basements, at the freaking fire halls. I mean, they're pretty much everybody else, I think Johnny Carson, probably more of a radio guy, and you can pick out a few people, but most of the hosts have been, stand-ups. That's interesting that someone would think she wasn't a comedian. They think she was just working at Walmart or something, and then they're like, "Hey, you want a show?"
She did work at JCPenney.
That's what she did, right? She did, right? Oh no, was she sponsored by, or did she actually work there?
She worked at JCPenney.
She did.
Yep.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny because I think she was doing a clothing line there at some point. So that must be why she just like
just all goes full circle.
Yeah. It does go full circle. That's so funny. Yeah. I mean, that's cool though, but that's what the show is. Some of these guys are young, so they don't know that these people did stuff before, But yeah, Ellen was funny because she hadn't come out yet. And so she was just, she had the blazer and the mullet. Like her and Rosie O'Donnell were like huge comics in the 80s. And they were, I don't know if you knew that, but Rosie O'Donnell was a comedian also. And
what, really?
She was. And so was Roseanne Barr before she got goofy. She was a pretty good comic too. And that's sometimes people just get huge and they don't do stand-up anymore, which is weird. I don't know if you knew this. Eddie Murphy used to do stand-up.
No way. So the Doolittle guy?
But that's the thing. They don't do stand-up. And people don't know them for it. They only know them for the other stuff they're doing. And I get, because think about it. Think how long ago Ellen actually, or not Ellen, she's done some stuff. She probably did a special about 5 years ago. I think she did.
She did a comeback thing.
She did a comeback thing. So she's done a little bit.
Yeah.
But Rosie, a little here and there. But even Eddie Murphy, I mean, they keep talking about him doing a special, but I mean, we'll see if it actually happens. But he hadn't done comedy in probably 20-something years. stand up at least. I mean,
the last special he put out was probably, what was that, in 1988, 1989?
He hasn't done comedy like stand up. And 6 of his movies are questionable if they were even comedies.
Right.
So sorry if you're a Norbit fan, but or what was that?
I used
Nash
to have a
Pluto?
roommate. Yeah, I had a roommate that was in Pluto Nash.
Oh, you do? Yeah, Pluto Nash. That's right.
And he still owes me money.
Everybody owes you money, Anthony. You start walking around with contracts and just you do anything with anyone. Just give contracts to everybody. You seem to have like a money situation you got to work on.
You guys want to borrow any money?
I do. I'll always borrow money. You got to do interest, and you got to be tough, man. You got to carry a stick around or something. We got to bump your image up.
I don't have any sticks lying around.
Yeah, you got a stick. Slap that bad boy out. That'll scare people into paying you. All right. Any more talk on Ellen? So let's see. Anybody?
Yeah, so we got Benny and now says, I see the Steve Martin silliness. We got Fro Sauron says she is funny on the talk show.
She is. She is funny on the talk. She's great.
Yeah.
Great talk show host.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's a shame she's not going to do it. I mean, she ran her course. I mean, my God, how long can you actually do that? But I think when you have that much money and stuff, you're just like, all right, let me just veg out for the next 15,
Yeah.
But yeah, this difficult thing to do is to be funny with people that sometimes aren't funny, which I call them actors. So it's like, when you're just sitting there with some of these actors and like you can make it kind of a fun show, that's very difficult to do. But yeah, Steve Martin. Yeah, I never thought Steve Martin. That's good. That's interesting that you brought it up and then someone actually said it again because, yeah, I never really saw that, but now I see it because it is the absurdity thing. And I like that kind of comedy where you're obviously kidding because now we're in such I feel like some of that stuff now people would, maybe not so much because it's her, but if it was somebody that's not famous like that, and you're just like throwing stuff around that's, like I killed a deer, and they'd be, with a spoon, and there'd be some Karen in the crowd that'd be like, I can't believe you did that.
Right. Yeah, she would be crucified for it.
Yeah. I used to do a joke making fun of where I come from, and I'd be like, yeah, I'm in the Klan. And then I would just be kidding. And then somebody would be like, so dude, I went to a meeting a couple of weeks ago. You think you could? I was like, dude, I'm just joking. I don't burn crosses. It's a joke. Like, it was just people take things way too serious. All right. So we're going to do this without Jeff, which feels weird because I think maybe we'll wait. We'll wait till he can do it again because I feel like it would be weird. How about Adam? What you talk to us about? What new music is coming up?
Well, you know what? Actually, right off the top, we got a new Leon Bridges album coming out.
Leon Bridges, nice.
Yeah, so it's called Gold Digger Sound, and the last the one we talked about was, I think it had more of like a 50s kind of early 60s sound to it. His next one had 70s. Yeah, the next one was more 70s. So I wonder I haven't listened to any of Gold Digger's sound yet. It comes out Friday, but I wonder what if he's going to keep moving through, if he's going to head towards the 80s, or if it'll be more
really
like
funny. It's just like it's like a on a keytar, right. Just like everybody's wearing matching outfits and sunglasses and stuff. Very Herbie Hancock, just a sound and stuff. Yeah. That'd be very funny. He should. That would actually be cool, and I enjoy that. We were talking a little bit before about the, people, the Foo Fighters doing the. Yeah. How did you feel about that album, the DGs? How do you feel about how many songs did they cover? Is it all Bee Gees songs?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, all Bee Gees. Let me see if I can find it here.
The DGs. Does anybody listen to the DGs? It came out, right? Or is it just one single?
No,
I think it came out. The whole album's out.
Okay. Yeah.
I just heard the one song.
Has anybody heard the DGs album, the new Foo Fighters tribute to the Bee Gees? If you have, please comment. Let us know.
Let's see. So we get You Should Be Dancing, Night Fever, nice. Tragedy, More Than a Woman, and Shadow Dancing.
Okay, that's it.
I think that's all I have on Apple Music right now.
Okay, so it's like a short list album. Okay, it's not like 12 Bee Gees songs, because that would be a lot. Nobody really needs 12 Bee Gees songs.
Right.
I mean, I love the Bee Gees, I do, and I love their early stuff, and their sound is like no other. But I can't do more than like 6 Bee Gees songs, to be honest with you. I tried to do a whole album. I was like, yeah, you know.
You only need the hits.
You only need the hits. I mean, that's why Saturday Night Fever is so good, because you have like 5 really good Bee Gees songs, and then you have some other stuff you can kind of listen to that's interesting and weird. But I don't know how you guys feel about it. What's your favorite, Anthony? What's your favorite album that was kind of a crossover album like that? Do you have any like that, where like Alice Cooper sings gospel, like any weird, kind of weird thing like that? Where somebody's tried to do something that was kind of out of their wheelhouse?
I mean, I guess I like when Kiss went disco.
I don't think I've ever heard that album. If you guys heard that album, I don't think I've ever heard it. Is it really bad?
What's that song? What's the name of the song? It wasn't Lick It Up.
I know what you're talking about. It was a pretty big one. I Was Made for Loving You.
Oh yeah, I Was Made for Loving You. And then
is
they
that
went
a disco song?
Yeah.
Because that one kind of rocks, I think. I was made for loving you. I guess it's a disco. Is it disco?
Disco feel. And then I think it's so funny that they did that. And then in the 90s, they did like a grunge album.
Kiss did a grunge album?
Yeah. There was...
How do you know? Man, I have no idea. What's that like? Is that bad? That's got to be bad. I mean, there's no way that's good. There's no way that's good.
It's not as bad as like the worst Kiss stuff.
I think the worst attempt at anything like that is probably the Garth Brooks thing. Remember when he did that?
That wasn't great.
He did. It was a whole persona. What was it? I forget what it was called.
It was Chris Gaines.
Chris Gaines. Where he tried to be a whole thing. I mean, I give him credit for kind of doing something weird. I love people that do weird shit, but I just feel like, I don't know. It's like he's probably not the guy to do that.
No, he's not. I in the 90s, also Motley Crue did a kind of a grungy kind of album with like a different singer, and I thought that was good.
Dr. Feelgood? No, that's.
I think it was a self-titled album.
Dr. Feelgood, right? Isn't that considered kind of a grunge album?
Is it?
Dr. Feelgood? I feel like that's their best album.
I mean, that might be their best one, but
it just feels like a rock album. It doesn't feel like all that other charade shit. It just feels like it's a pretty good album. Dr. Feelgood.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah, it's not. I feel like musically, it's because any band after like 15 years, you're gonna eventually get better. Even Kiss sounds pretty good now. But
they learned how to play finally.
Yeah, of course. With Kiss, it's like you just keep alternating like guys that are really good road musicians, and then you just kind of put them in the
you
slot.
Just paint their face.
Yeah, and you got a guy that's a studio musician that's like that can shred, and you're like, oh, you want a job as Ace Frehley? Sure. And then the guy's like, he's like the best session musician you could buy. So that's why Kiss is genius, because they keep sounding good because they get the best guys. They can just pay interswap with the old characters.
Anthony, was it Generation Swine?
Wait, Generation Swine? It was I think it was a self-titled album that came out with a different singer. And I think Generation Swine might have been when they got what's his name back.
Interesting.
Same Vince Neil.
Yes, Vince Neil.
Oh, Vince Neil. Yeah.
Motley Crue in 94.
It was pretty good. It doesn't sound like Motley Crue.
Yeah, which is not a bad thing.
Yeah.
I like Motley Crue. Jeff, I feel like we're having things that Jeff would jump in on, but since Jeff got kidnapped,
like he died.
Jeff, he got what's Aruba, and people get kidnapped in Aruba. Right. He was trying to Skype in from Aruba. They buried him under a rock. Took his wallet.
They stole his phone.
They totally did. Yeah, I always hate it when bands, do Christmas albums. It's like it's like stop with the Christmas. I feel like it's genius. It's kind of like, that's how you can make money, And they always, some bands, it's like, dude, really, you're Judas Priest. Do you need a Christmas album? It's always some band. You're like, I don't know. The guy from Aerosmith did a Christmas album. Like Joe, what's his name? The guitarist. Joe Perry, yeah, he did one, and I was like, "Come on, dude, you don't need to do that." Like,
did he do just like standards?
Yeah, it's all standards, there's a couple of songs that are okay, that are Christmas songs or from rock guys.
I like the Kinks one, Father Christmas. That's a good Christmas song.
Yeah, Bruce Springsteen one's pretty good, He does a Rudolph, and it sounds pretty good.
Santa Claus is coming to town.
Santa Claus is coming to town. That's what he does. Yeah, that one's.
And he still
good.
plays that pretty much every show too.
He plays it every show.
Every show, yeah.
Even when it's like August, it's like August, and he's breaking out.
Yeah, I saw him at Bonnaroo, which would have been, when was Bonnaroo? I think it's around June or so, and he was playing it. He was playing it there. He played it in all the New Jersey shows.
Really?
That's
like
ridiculous.
Not during Christmas? That's so funny.
That's really ridiculous.
I think some of that Motown stuff is good. They got a lot. There's a lot of great Motown, like Jackson 5 and like that kind of stuff. All that stuff's really good. But some of the later stuff gets a little cheesy. I don't know. How.
We got a good one in the chat. Holly Guti says Bob Dylan's Christmas album.
Oh. I don't hear you anymore, Dustin.
Dustin, you lost the.
Shit! We're all going.
Oh, now you're good.
Yeah, there we go.
We all have Aruba internet.
Right.
Yeah, Johnny Cash has a Christmas album and stuff. It's pretty good, but I think most of the time it's a sellout situation where you're just like, oh, this house is more expensive than I thought. Let me call my producer.
Yeah,
and just arrange a fruit Christmas album. But Dylan's king, so I'm sure they're good. But I still think it's weird. What, like, is he doing like Frosty the Snowman? Frosty the Snowman.
Well, he did. I remember he had I think the song was "Must Be Santa Claus," which I thought was pretty good. Let me see. I'm looking up what was on there.
Jingle bells, jingle bells.
Let's see. Old Little Town of Bethlehem, The First Noel, The Christmas Song, Christmas Island, Silver Bells, Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas, Little Drummer Boy, Winter Wonderland.
He's the greatest artist we have, and I'm sitting there making fun of him. Like,
well, he did those albums as standards too, or the ones the Sinatra albums too.
Oh, that's right. He did the Sinatra thing. He did those live. Yeah, he was doing like a live concert at like Mohegan Sun, and he was doing it was all. And I think it pissed people off because I think they went in to see him thinking he would just bail out Rolling Stone and shit like that, and they were just like, nope. Right. This is my way. He just went in and did all the Sinatra stuff, which is, I guess you get bored after a while, when you're just like a mega star and a mega music person. And it's like, yeah, I get it. You want to try some new stuff. So I guess I get why the Foo Fighters would do a disc. You just want to kind of like, you can. That's the thing, is you can do whatever you want because you're so successful. So it ain't going to kill you. It ain't going to hurt your career if you go into some weird genre. I think Pat Boone doing metal. I don't know if you
I forgot about that.
That should never happen, but it did. And what
about Vanilla Ice doing new metal?
I think we should revisit some Vanilla Ice. It's better than his pop stuff, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
It wasn't terrible. It wasn't. It's just it was just funny because it was him. So you're just making fun of. You know who else had pretty good grunge music? Or not grunge, but like that kind of whatever. What would you call that? Like the speed metal with your hat backwards? What do you call that?
Oh, like new metal, I think.
Yeah. Tommy Lee tried that too. And his, I don't know. It was, at least they're doing weird stuff. And then at the end of the day, we can't all be Limp Bizkit. Which is a t-shirt I want. At the end of the day.
You know, we're talking about those crossovers. What about Aerosmith doing "Walk This Way" with Run DMC?
That's a Rick Rubin creation. I wouldn't say that was a Aerosmith creation.
Well, it was a crossover thing.
Yeah. No, but I'm saying it's a mad scientist going, "Hey, let's do this." And
well, they were already they were already just sampling that song.
Yeah, because the song already existed. So but I think they came in and sing some chorus and stuff. But I mean, that's
probably was Rick Rubin's idea. I don't know.
Of course it was. I mean, I can't wait to see the Rick Rubin documentary on Hulu where he interviews Paul Newman for like 3 days or something. Paul McCartney.
I just watched
Paul Newman, the guy the salad dressing guy. He brought it back to life.
McCartney's own.
Sorry, I mean we're smoking these marijuana cigarettes. So
I watched that last night.
Paul McCartney. Did you? Was it good?
Yeah, it was really good.
Nice.
It's funny though, like whoever edited it, they left in a little too much of Paul McCartney and Rick Rubin kind of just listening to the songs. So it's a lot of them just like, yeah. The bass. And then it's like,
so
I get that they did. Yeah. Like it makes sense that they did that, but why did you have to leave so much of it in?
Yeah, but like 20 minutes of them like, yeah. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, I know. You know where the drums come in. Yeah.
That's a good joke, bro. Write that down. Very funny. Well, you can do it tomorrow on our Twitch stand-up comedy show, The Last Zoom Show. Check that out, guys, tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 5 p.m. Pacific. We would love to have you here on the show. Yeah, this was fun. We still had fun today. We winged it. We went with it. That's because we're pros. That's what we're doing.
Yeah. And also because we didn't have to talk about the Eagles.
Yeah.
Right.
So mean.
We don't have to talk about the Eagles.
Did you watch the documentary at all?
I couldn't find it. Maybe I'll just rent it. If we're going to talk about it next week, I'll just rent it.
It's Netflix. It's on Netflix.
It's not. I checked.
You did?
Yeah.
All right. Adam, you do find out where the Eagles documentary is streaming. Let Anthony know.
Yep.
You just rent it from Amazon or whatever.
It's worth it. It's so good. It's like there's so much drama in that band. Like it's you don't realize it, and I get it. It's kind of, dad music or whatever, but they're all talented though.
They're very talented.
Yeah,
I just think they make the most uncool music, but very talented guys. Yes.
I think it was just kind of a weird era. I mean, people were so high, dude, that they, it's like they were high. It was like Native American, like wind catcher, dream catchers were popular. Like they were kind of drawing in on all the stuff. Like we'll talk about it next time, but I feel like it was just that era.
Yeah.
Anyway, do you know where it's streaming? Did you find it? What else is new? Adam, just a couple of new things.
Yeah, you know what? Since we were talking about Rick Rubin and Paul McCartney before, there's Paul McCartney. Paul Newman.
Cool hand, Luke.
We got Paul McCartney 3 Imagined, or it might be reimagined. First time on vinyl, double LP. So it's a reinterpretation of the album, and you got Beck on it. You got St. Vincent, Blood Orange, Phoebe Bridgers, Ed O'Brien from Radiohead. You got Damon Albarn from Blur and the Gorillaz. And you got Josh Homme too.
Is it all just covers, or is it like more remix kind of stuff, or just straight covers?
There's some remixes. There's some straight covers on it too, and it looks like everything's Paul McCartney with I think, there are some remixes on here, but
I just wonder if he played covers. Like him and Beck. Are they actually doing it together, or is it just Beck?
For that one, it sounds like it's both of them together.
Oh, nice.
Well, Blood Orange. They were from that soundtrack, The Baby. What was that soundtrack we like?
Baby Driver.
Baby Driver. Yeah, Baby.
Yeah.
They were on that, right?
Okay, I think so. I think, or was it that or the Grand Theft Auto soundtrack?
It was one of those.
Yeah.
I remember we did a soundtrack thing, and they were on one of those. But they're good. I like them. I have to check them out more. Do we? All right. Anything else coming out this week? If not, we will wrap this bad boy up.
We'll see
if we can get the ransom money for Jeff and Aruba. So, guys, we're doing a GoFundMe to rescue Jeff.
He's in the trunk of a car right now.
So, if you can help us get some money, we need to find him and make sure he's okay. See how he really feels about the Eagles. All right. Anyway,
we got Curtis Mayfield, the 50th anniversary.
Wow, 50th anniversary.
Let's see. Tina Turner, Foreign Affair, double LP. It's the first time it was fully remastered. We got some Cinderella albums too.
Wow. They're still doing stuff?
You got to this guy.
I think what was it this past week? Their guitars died, or it was.
Oh yeah, it was somebody from I forget who it was.
The lead singer of Kansas died.
Yeah,
the drummer from Hum died.
Lead singer of Kansas died, and literally he's finally dust in the wind. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I couldn't help it. But that's how you close the show, guys. That's how you close the show.
That's great.
Somebody said selling NFTs to save Jeff. Hilarious. So yeah, we're gonna buy that Dustin's vinyl for $10,000 and we'll save Jeff. And get Anthony some new duct tape for his guitars. All right, everybody.
I need to because it doesn't say Anthony anywhere. I gotta.
Oh yeah, we gotta take care of him.
I ran out of tape.
We'll get you a harp. You should try
a harp. You cut out.
Dustin's your audio's out again.
Out again? How about now?
There it is.
All right, just calm down, guys. It's not that bad.
I was freaking out.
It's Zoom. Everybody knows, even in the podcast. If you miss something, I don't know, watch another show, listen to another show, and we'll probably talk about it again. So if there's a mic problem, if there's a Jeff can't get on the internet problem, like, don't worry about it. Just catch another episode. Don't make a big deal about our tech. We do a good job. We do the best we can.
Yeah,
we're in three different states, and we're still,
if you want us to have better tech, just Venmo us over here.
Buy our NFT for $10,000.
Yeah, buy the NFT.
I know there's somebody on there that designed a game that has money. So I know there's somebody on Twitch that has $10,000 to buy our NFT. All the money goes to ComedyHub. Anthony, we'll leave Jeff out. He has plenty of money.
Yeah, right. He's got like a pool and stuff. I'm assuming it's a below ground pool too.
Yeah, he had a record store when he was 12. Like he's had a lot of stuff going on. We get to shit on him when he's not here. All right, everybody. Thank you for listening to Dustin's Vinyl here on ComedyHub Live. This is the best place to catch virtual comedy host type shows. Check it out. And tomorrow, check out our show. We have a great stand-up comedy show. The last Zoom comedy show. We have a lot of fun comics on there. All right, everybody. This was a lot of fun. Next time, we're probably going to talk about the Eagles, and I'll bring up another stand-up comedian album that we can discuss. This is fun. Thank you, Anthony. Thank you, Adam. This is yay. Thanks for not, thanks for having good internet and caring and not being in Aruba on a vacation because you want to relax. This show, nobody relaxes.
No, never. I'm having a panic attack right now.
I know. My mic went out for a half a second. I know.
I'm worried it's going to happen again.
It's not. I know. I'm just not positioning myself. I got to be right here, right into it. I'll go with those Bobby Brown mics. Maybe that's better.
Oh, yeah.
Because I have a tendency to move a lot. So sometimes, I don't know. I could hold it because, it's better. All right, what are we talking about? All right, everybody, support record stores. Dustin's Vinyl. You guys are awesome. See you later.
Good night.
You should do a song, Anthony. Play us out.
Oh, should I do a whole song? Okay.
Yeah, do a whole song.
All right. I'm going to switch guitars real quick.
Switch guitars, man, like your
Here's
Slash.
Here's a song from my new album. The album's called I Can't Believe It's Not Better. It's on all streaming services right now, so check it out. I drank so much coffee today that technically I am on cocaine. I have multiple personalities, but they are all exactly the same. My psychic friend has short-term memory loss, so she remembers tomorrow like it was today. Yesterday I spilled mustard on my mustard-colored jeans, and today there's an invisible stain. Oh no, oh no, oh no, where'd it go? Oh no, the stain appeared without a trace, and that'll never come out. I know a couple of conjoined twins, but I'm starting to think that they might be the same person. because I've never even seen them in the same room together. Who the hell do they think they're fooling? I'm on to you. I can eat whatever I want. The calories don't count as long as I wear a disguise. Everybody has a birthday coming up. As long as they do not die, the revolution will be televised. In fact, you probably missed it because it wasn't really advertised. I am a pessimistic narcissist. I always feel empty, but I'm full of myself half the time. I don't know, oh no, I don't. I am perfect, but not every time. Oh, I thought the song was done. I am perfect, but not every time.
Yeah! Buy Anthony's album and tune in every week, everybody. Yay, Dustin's Vinyl. Good job, guys. We did it. We did it. Jeff, are you okay?
We love you, Jeff. R.I.P.